Coming up next on AVID Achievers, we talk with 3 of our AVID seniors from across the county. Hello and welcome to AVID Achievers. I am your host today, Alexis Pogonowski, Teacher Specialist for AVID. Today on AVID Achievers, we will talk with 3 of our stellar AVID seniors, Mary Anastasi and Curtis Holland from Southern High School, and Catherine Truelove from Chesapeake High School. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. The 3 of you really exemplify the exact goal of the AVID program in Anne Arundel County Public Schools. Not only are you going to be able to realize your dream of going to college, but you've also all been able to earn significant money in the process to help you make your dreams come true. Catherine, how long have you been in AVID?
I've been AVID since 6th grade, and I was persuaded to join the AVID program by my 5th grade teacher who saw potential in me and pushed me to join the AVID program.
That's great. And Mary, how about you?
I joined AVID a little later. I came in halfway through my 10th grade year because a mentor at the time thought it was a very good idea to kind of help me push through and actually get through my senior year.
Awesome. And Curtis, can you tell us a little bit about your AVID experience?
I joined AVID in the 6th grade. One of my teachers persuaded me to join AVID because she thought it was a better idea for me, and she knew that me being an AVID would give me a better future.
Great. And you still remember that teacher today?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. So we know that AVID teachers know that choosing to stay in AVID, it's a decision that has a little bit of an opportunity cost. You have to choose to take the AVID elective class, which means you're missing out on taking a different elective. So you lose something in making the AVID choice almost. So what has made you stick with AVID since the 6th grade?
Well, I knew that I always wanted to go to college, and no one in my family has ever been to college, so I wanted to, I wanted to be successful and show my family that I can do it.
And what about AVID do you think has helped you make you feel that success and made you keep going?
It has shown me that I do have potential, and even though not all my grades are A's, that they still are good enough to be successful.
And Curtis, you've also been in AVID since the 6th grade. What made you keep making that choice to take the AVID elective class year after year?
I think that just knowing I have a teacher behind me that's going to push me, and knowing that I'm just going to have to give my best every class and know that college is my big goal, and I want to be one of the first in my family to graduate college. And I think that's what kept me going.
Those are pretty big goals. I can see why they would keep you going. And Mary, you haven't been in AVID as long, but what made you stick it through to senior year?
I was told that senior year it really pushed me to get my applications done and made a deadline so that way I would actually do them and not procrastinate it. So I feel like that's a very big part of why I've stayed through it.
Absolutely. Would you agree that both between your AVID teacher and your AVID classmates, they really help hold you accountable?
Yes.
Catherine, you as well?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And let's talk about next fall. Mary, where are you going to school in the fall?
I'll be attending University of Maryland, Baltimore County for 2 years, and then I'll be transferring to University of Maryland, Baltimore School of Nursing for my second 2.
Okay, that sounds like a very specific plan.
Yes.
How long have you known that's what exactly the plan you wanted to do?
For around a year. I went to the School of Nursing, actually thinking I could go in as a freshman, and you can't.
Okay.
So they told me I could go to one of their partnership schools and get early admission, and that was the plan from there.
Great. So you did your research through AVID and were able to figure out your plan.
Yes.
Okay. And I know you have some exciting news to tell us about paying for college.
Yes, I actually was awarded one of the Dell scholarships, so I am actually a Dell scholar, and that pays $20,000 towards tuition and fees and room and board, $2,000 in textbooks, and provides a computer, as well as college support and counseling support, financial support, pretty much everything.
pretty incredible. How did you feel the day you found out that you had received the Dell Scholarship?
Oh, I cried 3 times.
Yeah. Who was the first person you told?
I texted my mentor and guardian first because she was asleep.
And then you went and told your...
I actually came and told you first.
Did, that's true.
And then we went and told my AVID teacher, Mr. Bittinger.
And would you say that he was a good help for you throughout the process?
Yes. If it wasn't for him, I don't think I would have been a Dell Scholar.
Okay, great. And Catherine, you were also named a Dell Scholar this year, and you were both named along with 2 other students from our county, both from Old Mill High School, Bailey Webb and Jasmine Gray. So the AVID program has, again, 4 seniors who have earned this prestigious award this year. It's incredible. What does being named a Dell Scholar mean or feel like for you, Catherine?
Well, I think it's an honor because there is not many. There's only 500 out of 9,000 applications. I think that it's an honor because it shows that we do have potential and that we will be successful one day.
Which piece, Mary told us a little bit about what you will get from the scholarship. Which piece of that are you most excited about?
I'm most excited about the money because it'll help me pay for my college because I have big dreams of becoming a pediatric nurse.
Wonderful. And so also with the counseling and everything, all the other college support that comes along, they can help you to reach that goal as well.
Yeah.
Very nice. And where will you be attending in the fall, Catherine?
I'll be attending AACC to become a nurse, and then I will transfer to University of Maryland School of Nursing.
So 2 nurses. That's
Yes.
exciting. What made you decide to become a nurse?
Not gonna lie, Grey's Anatomy.
I love Grey's Anatomy.
Me too.
Good, good. Curtis, you want to tell us where you'll be attending in the fall?
I'll be attending High Point University in the fall.
Okay, and you want to tell us how High Point University came along for you?
During my towards the end of my junior year, I got a call from one of the assistant basketball coaches, and we talked for a few minutes, and he told me about the school, he told me about the campus and everything, and what I could be a part of, and he offered me a full scholarship to come to High Point University, and that includes tuition, room and board, everything like that. So I took my visits, and I instantly fell in love with the campus, and I knew that was the place for me for my next 4 years.
What did you love about the campus?
It just feels like home. It just has a warm feeling to it. It's a great environment. There's lots of people, and everyone's friendly.
Great. So you're telling me full scholarship, you're 100% taken care of. You don't have to worry at all.
Nope.
How does that feel?
It feels great just knowing that my parents won't have to struggle and bust their hump anymore like they did for my brother, even though I know he's going to make it through. But just knowing that they can relax and just watch me thrive in college.
What did your mom say when she found out?
She was so excited.
Yeah.
Both my parents were excited. The first person I told was them, and then I told my brother, and he was happy for me, probably happier than I was.
That's really exciting. So I know that already as a basketball player and as an elite basketball player, you've got probably a lot of time management to deal with. So how has AVID helped you balance your time with sports and academics?
I think I just had to learn how to carry the load all together. Just knowing that if I was going to go to basketball practice, try to get something done before if it was possible, and just knowing that when I go home, that's my focus. Like, my homework is my main focus, and anything else after that, worry about that later. Just worry about it afterwards.
Good, good. So I want to switch gears a little bit and think back to the fall, to when you were applying to colleges, and this is for anyone. What was that process like for you? How did you feel during it? How did your AVID teacher or your AVID family help you through that process?
I think it was very stressful not knowing where I was going to go, and I applied to 8 colleges overall, and I did get accepted to all of them.
Congratulations.
Thanks, but it was the financial struggle, but by applying for scholarships, Miss Byer really helps me and pushed me and told me that I could do it.
So you felt like, would it be fair to say you felt like you had someone in your corner?
Yeah.
Someone to vent to when you were stressed out?
Yeah, it was a good tool.
Good, good.
Applying for colleges for me was very weird because I was set in stone and I felt like I knew where I was going before I even came into 12th grade year. And then I actually started looking into other colleges and fell in love with one that I hated the first time I went there.
Wow.
So applying to all of them wasn't the hard part. I think the hardest part was just choosing at the end which one I was actually going to pay the deposit for.
Especially since your mind, through doing research through AVID, your mind was really flipped.
Yes.
Changed a lot. How was your college application process, Curtis?
My application process was a little stressful, but I think I probably had it easier than these two because I knew where I was going, and I only had to apply to one school, so I think it was easier for me.
Good. Did you find that that freed you up to help some of the other AVID students in your class?
Yeah, I think so. Just being able to help them with certain questions to answer on their application and things like that.
Great, great. So in the spring, you've gotten your applications done and you started to get your acceptances to come in, and then you talked about that financial burden, Catherine. So the scholarship piece came in. So what was it like applying to scholarships? I'm assuming both of you girls probably applied to more than just the Dell scholarship. So what was that process like? That's the process that involves the money. It's very important.
That was stressful.
It was.
Lots of tears.
It was kind of, I don't know, I think it was stressful because if I didn't get a certain scholarship, then I wouldn't go to the college that I wanted to, or like I wouldn't be able to actually go to college at all because college is expensive. And there's more than just the classes. It comes with a lot.
Absolutely, a lot of other extraneous costs. Absolutely.
Yeah. It was essay after essay after essay, and none of them I could use for more than one, so we had to write a new essay for every single scholarship, and I'm 100% completely financially independent, so I pretty much need all the ones I can get in order to pay for college.
Have either of you, anyone, did you have to participate in any interviews for any of your scholarships?
Not yet.
I've been in 2 interviews so far, and I have another one actually coming up very soon.
Okay. And how does that process work? How do you feel during the interviews?
All of my interviews have been with a panel of 4 to 8 people.
Wow.
So it's a large amount, and it's hard. Pretty much the first question I get is, tell me a little bit about yourself, and I answer it, and then they are at a loss of words because they don't know what other questions to ask after that because I pretty much answer them all. So it's different.
But you're feeling, as I've gathered from our earlier conversations, you're feeling pretty confident with the interview process at this point.
Yes.
Which is good. That's good moving forward. Catherine, is there anything else you want to tell us about the process for applying to become a Dell Scholar? Thinking, forward to students that might want to apply, what it entailed, how long it took you, anything like that?
Well, my AVID teacher, Miss Byer, she gave up a lot of time in class for me to actually do it. We have CHS hour where we go to lunch or get help from a teacher, and I spent a lot of my time there. And it was stressful at times because some of the questions I didn't really know exactly how to answer without giving too much personal information, but I didn't know to not give enough. And I don't know, it was stressful, but at the end it was definitely worth it.
Obvious, right? Yeah. $20,000 worth it.
Yes.
Absolutely. Mary, anything to add to specifically to the Dell process?
It takes a long time. It's not something you can start the week before or even the month before. I spent the entire window writing the essays and getting help from my AVID teacher.
And really budgeting your time.
Yes.
What we kind of talked about earlier, backwards mapping, making sure that you had enough time to write all those essays and to figure out what that line was, what sort of information to include. Yeah. Curtis, I know that being an athlete, you got to be a part of a signing day. What can you tell us about leading up to that day or the moment you signed or anything you'd like to share?
I think that was probably one of the best days of my life. I look forward to it since I first got into high school. I've always had big dreams of playing college basketball, and I watched my brother go through his signing day, and I always knew that I wanted to be a part of that. So I think I'm the second Division I college athlete in my family. So just for me to be a part of that is it just means an honor to me, and I'm proud of myself for sticking through the hard times just to be able to get there and signing on the stage with my parents beside me.
That's pretty incredible. And was any of your AVID family in the audience for that?
Yeah, I had a few classmates
Yeah.
there.
That's good. That's a great support system. I just can't imagine. I bet it was an incredible day.
It was a great day.
Good, good. So now that you all know where you're going to be attending in the fall, you know your plans, and you all have a significant amount of money to help get you there. How is AVID keeping you going, keeping you finish your senior year strong?
It's making sure I actually show up to school.
That's a big piece of
Hardest
it.
piece.
And what about it? What about AVID makes you keep coming?
It's really the one class that I know we have work to do, but it doesn't completely stress you out, and it's all full of great people and a great teacher that we don't have to worry about anything in there. We can just talk about whatever we want to and get help with whatever we need in any subject.
That's great.
I feel like it's not only pushing us to continue going through our senior year, but it's pushing us with information that we're going to need in our future, like balancing checks and financial issues such as like where we're going to college, and also helping us with what we should be taking in the fall, like what we should be leading. Also, by taking classes at the community college early, like what classes we should take, and getting help from people in those similar classes, like in the study groups.
That's great. Back up to the financial piece, because I know as a high schooler that's a piece I missed. What else are you going over financially in your AVID classroom?
We're comparing our financial aid letters from college to college to actually like see who's giving us the most money to help us in scholarships and financial aid.
Great. How about you guys? How about Curtis? Anything? Is AVID helping you finish your senior year strong?
Yeah, I think so. I think my teacher is a big help with that. He's, since my experience is a little bit different than other people, he's given me specific assignments based on High Point. So I'm learning more about the school, like where I can get help for each class and who I can talk to for certain types of business and stuff like that. So I think that really helps me.
So your AVID teacher made you your own individual assignments. Since you were accepted, you signed, you have a full ride scholarship. So while the rest of the class is still seeking out and applying to more scholarships, you've been able to get a head start on learning about how you're going to navigate High Point.
Yeah, he's given me a whole map of like my whole 4 years. He's been giving me the classes I need to take and how many credits I need, and like pre-planning my schedule for the next 4 years, so it's great.
That's incredible. That's going to be a wonderful resource for you to have moving forward. It's great. Speaking of moving forward, what skills or strategies that you've learned in AVID and in high school do you see yourself carrying on to college?
Time management is a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that Cornell notes are going to help, not specifically Cornell notes, but like a variation of my own type of notes that'll help me stay organized in the classroom.
I think so. I think having that organizational system for note-taking is so important. I did not have that going to college, and I had to learn that and sort of catch up with that very quickly. So having that foundation will be great. How with time management?
My planner is going to be my life.
Right.
If it's not in the planner, it does not exist, basically.
Juggling jobs and sports and different classes.
Right.
And like the extracurriculars of being in clubs and sororities and fraternities.
Keeping everything straight. It's good to hear. This is a harder question, but where do you see yourself in 10 years? You'll be done with your various college and maybe see yourself nursing in the area, somewhere else. Catherine?
I can picture myself in scrubs walking around a hospital caring for the little kids. And I'm really excited because it's a big dream, and
It is.
I've accomplished many goals, which has pushed me to create more goals that I plan to accomplish.
I love that. That's wonderful. Mary?
I'm not exactly sure where I'll be in
Okay.
10 years because unlike Catherine, I'm torn between specialties of nursing. And I actually want to go on to be a nurse practitioner, and I have to get my doctorate degree for that now. It's a lot more
So
school.
you might still be in school.
I might still be in school, but
That sounds great to me. I'd love to be a lifelong learner. That's good. Be a student for as long as you can.
yeah, hopefully we'll be in a hospital somewhere, not the patient.
Right. Taken care of.
Yes.
Noted. Curtis, any thoughts?
In 10 years, I hope to be playing professional basketball somewhere. I think that's probably my lifelong dream. And if I'm unable to do that, hopefully I can start my own business training other athletes and helping them fulfill their dreams.
That would be both would be equally amazing, I think, both of those dreams. That's wonderful. Going back to thinking about yourself as a freshman in high school, what advice might you give to an AVID student or non-AVID student, but someone that's starting off? What advice would you give them?
High school is very important, and sophomore year for me was definitely the hardest. And I think that even when times get tough, you're not supposed to give up. And I think that you should use all the resources that you have.
Okay.
I would say pick your friends wisely. Like everyone says, you're not going to be friends with the same people you walk into high school with when you leave high school. And your friends can really make or break your grades, especially, because if they don't have good study habits, you tend to not have good study habits because you're surrounding yourself with those people. So I would say your friends definitely have a large impact on how your high school experience will go.
Wise words.
I would probably tell them stay on your work, because once you start to fall behind, it's hard to catch back up. And if you somehow can do that, I would advise you not to, though. It's very hard.
What was your favorite experience, or one of your favorite experiences in AVID, something they were able to provide for you, or something that sticks out in your mind that you remember? Could be from middle school or high school.
I think the overall support and giving us the resources, like certain websites that we can use to see what credits transfer over to what colleges, or resources for research projects, and just support in general.
Okay, that's great to know.
Say mine's kind of different. My favorite AVID memory or moments is really like all the inside jokes we have in class and how we all really did become like a little family.
It does tend to happen, and we hear that over and over again from AVID students, that there's that little bit of magic there, that closeness, because most of you have been together since 6th grade, and even if you are coming in the middle of 10th grade year, I think the AVID students are very welcoming into that AVID family.
I'm not sure any other class where we can make bald jokes to our teacher and he makes them back at us.
Just like Catherine said, the overall support, just knowing the teacher's behind you and he's going to help you as much as he can. And you have classmates that are nearly in the same boat as you are, so if one needs help, somebody else can step up and help somebody else.
Were any of you ever given the opportunity for leadership or for service throughout AVID? Were you given any opportunities to do some service learning projects or take on some leadership roles?
Well, I was a co-captain on my cheerleading team, so AVID also taught me how to lead my team. My team has won many state titles, so we have many leadership skills that go along with that. And we do service learning projects. My group actually made non-slip socks, and we delivered them to a nursing home nearby.
Great. And that was a rewarding experience for you?
It was, seeing the elderly people's face that probably don't get to see the outside world much. They were very fortunate.
Good.
I mean, our AVID teacher started his own AVID club, and we got to be founding members of that club and organization. Cool. So we get to go in pretty much any day that we want to during our study hall period and help out younger students who may have organizational issues or may be failing into class, or not necessarily failing. They may just be dropping a little lower, and we're able to go in and help them, and I find that both service learning and a leadership role.
I am so impressed to talk to all three of you. I just know that every goal you've discussed today is something that you're going to reach. Your upcoming journey is something that your AVID teachers, your AVID family, we're all going to be watching you, and we expect and know and hope for just wonderful things for you. We especially can't wait to hear about how your freshman year of college was. So we hope that you'll come back to your school and do an alumni panel and share with, AVID underclassmen how that experience is going for you. Thank you all for your commitment to AVID, and we wish you the absolute best of luck as you start your college careers next year. And your schools have been blessed to have you. Your AVID program has been blessed to have you. And thank you for joining us again today on AVID Achievers.